Get ready, get ready, get ready. This is the culmination of a year and a half of work. I'm very excited to show you how it works. What if you could attribute converted leads, booked meetings, deals, deal value, pipeline size, all of those things to your outbound campaigns? If you're using Smartlead and OutboundSync, you can do that now in HubSpot thanks to a new thing we're doing called packages. We're using a tool called Supered, which will allow us to deploy entirely built lists, workflows, and dashboards with reports into your HubSpot account. Now, I'm going to walk you through an example dashboard. This is version 2 that we've shipped. It's got full funnel reporting, and it's got very specific breakdowns, including things like data enrichment, sales rep follow-up, open opportunities, and more. So let's just talk through it. First, we've got a vertical funnel here. This is going to show you conversion rate by stage, and this is very useful if you've got a strict process and you're using the lifecycle stages. But we've also got this alternative horizontal view, which allows you to have multiple criteria for entering and exiting stages, and it can be a little bit less rigid. And ultimately, you want to know how many people have I contacted, and of those cold emails that I sent through Smartlead, what at the end of the day converted into revenue, closed won deals. And that's what you're seeing inside of these reports. For every sent email at the top of the funnel, and then every closed won customer at the bottom of the funnel that's specifically attributed to outbound campaigns using data that was synced through OutboundSync. You can track the number of sent emails and sending volume within a given time period. And you can also look at the categorization of those leads, which Smartlead's using ChatGPT for, and you can develop your own custom prompts, your own custom categories. You can see that breakdown here in the dashboard to get a sense of your interested replies, not interested, out of office. And I'll just note here real quick, this dashboard is assuming you're sending all of the data over to HubSpot. OutboundSync does have a feature called category-based filtering that allows you to only send select data to HubSpot. And if you're doing that, then you're not going to be able to build all of these reports because these, as you're seeing them, rely on that data being in HubSpot in order for native reports to be built on top of that data. Keep an eye out because that's something we're thinking about. How do we embed external data into HubSpot dashboards? But currently, we're using data that's native to HubSpot, which we're syncing through OutboundSync. You can track campaign results. You can look at individual campaign sending volume and then positive replies at the contact level. We've also got folks who are using our product to track contact owners, where they've got individual sales reps running campaigns and they want to see what the volume looks like for those sales reps. This is the part that I get really excited about. This is where I think that we're really capturing the value from this point in the dashboard down, because this is where that lead is interested, a positive, it's passed to a rep, and they take ownership of it. Here we've got a really simple chart that's showing, is there a contact owner? Is there a next activity date? What is the lifecycle stage set for those contacts in the CRM? And then from a data perspective, what channels do we have available? So in these donut charts, on the first one, you can see channel options. This is looking at the contacts that are positive replies. What channels are available for the sales rep to use to follow up? Clay is huge here because you can use it to do enrichment to get LinkedIn, mobile numbers, all sorts of additional data points that your reps can use for follow-up. And then in the donut chart on the right, you can see the utilization. The power of HubSpot is that it allows you to sync all these different events to the timeline. And because we have our OutboundSync data coupled with HubSpot data, you can see if they're actually making phone calls, if they're sending LinkedIn messages. You can even track direct mail if they're using something like Sendoso. Finally, we're moving down to converted contacts for first and multi-touch, and then deals for first and multi-touch. Now, by default, we're including multi-touch with a pretty broad view where if this contact existed in the CRM or came in through some other channel, but outbound was involved, we're going to want to count that. Now, of course, we'd love to see the situations where outbound is totally on its own, creating and generating pipeline. But I think it's important to recognize that the way people buy these days, there's a lot of ways that it might end up coming in. And using this type of multi-touch view, you can capture that inside of HubSpot. Finally, of course, what matters is deals won. You can see total pipeline by pipeline stage and then total closed won revenue. You can see the count of the deals, the sum of those deals. You could even calculate things like average deal size for outbound versus other types of deals that you're generating. And finally, we've got some closing guidance on how to use the dashboard. And then we're using this almost as a distribution channel where at the bottom of the dashboard, we're going to be giving product updates to users to let them know how it works. So I'm very excited. This has been deployed now in user portals, and it's going to be deployed in a lot more over the coming weeks as we roll this out to more and more users. This is the kind of thing that we are trying to accomplish as a company. We want you to use the best possible tools for outbound and then get that data into the single place where the rest of your important data lives and get insights to make better decisions and run better campaigns all in one place. So I'm really thrilled about this. The feedback from users has been very positive. I'll just say one example is an end user. They found that they had exceeded their monthly booked meeting goals by 2. So they booked 52 meetings in the month of September versus 50, which was goal. And they had almost $19,000 worth of closed won booked revenue in that month. So this type of data helped them make much better decisions about managing their outbound budget and ultimately their customer acquisition and their growth. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think. What reports would you want to see? What do you think we got wrong? What's missing? I would love feedback. This is just version 2 of this, and I anticipate that we will be publishing new versions of this dashboard on a regular basis. Users will be able to install it with a single click using the Supered Chrome extension. And as we have new versions of this dashboard, they can use that single link, click it, install it, and they get the V3, get the V4, and on and on and on. It also applies to lists and workflows, which I'm going to talk about more in a future video. Thanks.